Y'all gotten done, you think, on the passing game this week that you needed to shore up or get straightened out or readdress?
Yeah, we just couple things. I mean, everybody took their turn, of course, in the game, and it's just one of those things you got to keep working on. It's about timing, it's about spacing, and continue to work. We got good guys that work really hard, and we come out here, and that's one of the things that we try to do is just get better each and every week. And last week we just wasn't acceptable. We weren't clicking all the way, and we got to be better. There's no question.
Tim, everyone took their turn. You mean everyone took their turn in the blame part
of
it?
No, it's not necessarily blame as much as just execution at times. Just different things took place in the course of a play that sometimes caused the play to be unsuccessful.
Tim, coming off of a game like that where you guys wanted to maybe play a little bit better than you did in the passing game, what have you seen on film from Wisconsin? It might be your first real defensive test this year because Oklahoma hasn't really been playing that well defensively.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin's very talented defensively, very good team, have a good scheme, well coached, and they play really hard. So it's going to be a challenge for our guys. I think they're up to it. Every game's that way. We're still dealing with young players that go out there and they try really hard. And that's the key to us right now is just continuing to get better, to keep grinding away, and just be better than you were the play before and be better than you were the week before. And we obviously have to do that this week.
Tim, when we talked to JT on Monday, he said the ball came out fine. He was still confident. When you guys looked at it, did you see any mechanical or fundamental issues in that game that had your attention?
Nothing really technique-wise. Just getting some depth, maybe a little bit on his part, but for the most part, no. It's one of those things,
Tim, a couple of your players have said that the pass game this week in practice has had a little extra pepper to it.
Yeah.
That the guys feel it and maybe there's a chip on their shoulder. Do you see that?
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, again, it's a young team and you have to maintain a high level and you have to continue to do that. And sometimes when you have young players, it's always hard to maintain that focus, maintain that sense of urgency that you have to do. And sometimes it takes getting slapped in the face a little bit to wake it back up and be like, okay, we got to go out and continue. And coaches as well. So we had been doing very successful up until that point, and brought us back down to earth for sure.
In that pursuit, does it help having a veteran quarterback who understands that things weren't great, but he has a calm about him, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, it does. And ultimately, the great thing about JT, when you describe him, everybody always describes him as a winner, and that's what's important to him. He wants to win. And if he's 9 of 21 or he throws 7 touchdowns, it really doesn't matter as long as we get that W and move on in the next game for him. But I think he's also smart enough to realize we need that element of the game to be able to keep moving on. So, and he's done a great job this week with our younger players to be able to stress the importance of it.
Have you kind of got a sense from him with his performance on Saturday that he was kind of upset coming
into
practice this week?
No doubt. He's an elite player and demands perfection as I do. I mean, not just of him but of myself. And so those games, they bother you, they irk you, just because you feel like I know you could say, hey, you won by 21, this and that. I know that's true, but the goal is really to play the best that you can play. It's not, and we feel like if we could do that, we'll be on the upside more than the downside. So that's our goal. Just every week, just play your best and do your best, coach your best, do all those types of things. So that's what we're shooting for this week.
Come off a week